welcome to my channel. Well, this one's going to be Random Red Rough Ryders. Yeah, some of these guys might be considered like burgundy or blood red or whatever, but they're mostly red. I know this has got green in it, but I just wanted to, I'm putting it up here, all these up here. One of them's not a Rough Ryder. Bonus points for whoever can figure out, just by looking at them, which one is not a Rough Ryder. Alright, now, I was going to do something else. I was going to do another video on something else, and I started looking through. This is a separate section I've got where I set knives. I was going to make a Red Knives Matters section in my knife things. But see, if you've got a canoe, this is a gunboat, but if you've got a canoe, wouldn't it go with your canoe stuff, you know? But if it's red, wouldn't it go with your red stuff? And there's that dilemma, you know. So anyways, this is just random, basically, random models, random number of them up here. They're not all the red knives I've got and stuff, but they're most of the red Rough Ryders that I've got. So they're not that random. They're sort of random. All right, let's start off with this one. All right, this guy's kind of a ringer because he is a Rough Ryder. He's an older one. Not all of these have model numbers. This one does. Let's see if we can zoom in. Does it have a model number? Yes, it does. RR1144. And if you look that one up, it'll say white smooth bone. It's actually red if you look at it. My hands are dirty again. Dirty hands violation. 5-point penalty. Alright, let me pause this. I know there's people freaking out about my hands. Rit dye. Rojo. Cereza. That's what I used. I didn't use the synthetic. I just used the all-purpose general dye. You can use synthetic or whatever, but see, silk, cotton, linen, rayon, silk, wool, nylon. It'll work on bone too. I didn't put any clear coat on this, so here's I think somewhere where I scratched just to see how deep it was going, but it turned out pretty well. A little kind of a pruning knife. Hey, stop cutting, everybody. All right, you've had your turn. There are a lot of them we got to go through here. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh my God. You've already spent 3 minutes on one knife. All right, this is a cool one here. Black cherry bone. It says it's black, but it's cherry. So we're going to count like that. But it's got a little lock on it for the main blade. And it's got 2 little pin blades, I think. There's nice, see? They don't lock, but it's got a good lockup on them. A little swedgy. Is it 2 or is it just 1? I think it's just 1, you idiot. Yeah, one goes that way, one goes that way. Why did I think there was 2 or 3 in there? Because you're an idiot. Hey! Stop that. Alright, so that one's that. Let's see if we can find a model number on him. Like I said, some of these, I only started picking them up. RR1660. I only started picking them up like 3 years ago. And some of the rare ones I got were from Blade Matrix. That's these guys right here. Some of the more rare ones, possibly this guy. Have we shown that one? No, we started this way and we're going counterclockwise. This is a recent one, and they're coming out with more of these, but this is a bolster lock, but it's in the, is it single blade trapper? I don't know. I don't know what they call it. We'll give you a model number and let Smokey tell you. Go ask Smokey. Can we even see a model? RR1960. But I like this. This is like that blue saw cut bone, but they just made it red. I've got a few patterns like that. Nice half stop on it and everything. It's got that, you know, rectal thermometer thing going on, but oh well. It hides it very well. You look at it and you would think just, you know, traditional knife. So they've got a half hawk, not like this, but a half hawk and a bolster lock. And I think a toothpick too, with a lock on it. So I'm going to get both of those whenever I get paid. Alright, here's Rough Ryder's version of like a sod buster that turns into a liner lock. And see, the lock can go all the way over and you don't have to worry about it going too far. I know on some liner locks, if it goes too far over, people freak out. Alright, that's it. Compared to, this is a case. Is it a Sodbuster Junior or a Sodbuster? I think it's the Junior. So we're about the same. Here, get over here, you punk. The case has got a deeper belly on it, and it's not a liner lock, but you can see how they kind of like copied that style. I'm going to close one of these blades before it closes on me. And this is yellow. For those of you that are colorblind, all these other ones probably look like dark something, but this is supposed to be red knives. Yeah, it's got a good lockup. Red jig bone on it. Yeah, it's got some gaps and stuff like that. Alright, what was your number? You must identify yourself. RR304. And it's got the mirror shield on it. What does it say? Are you with a Y or an I? He's with an I. For those of you that don't know the story, Rough Ryder, when it first came out, they were spelling them with a Y. Rough Ryder. Because they're made in China, and they were copying, I think, like Red Ryder or something. And I think Red Ryder was spelled with a Y. I don't know the real reason, but they were getting a lot of crap, you know, just like, you're Chinese and you don't know how to spell. So they started spelling it with an I, like you would normally spell Ryder. And then a few years back, they said, you know what? This is our heritage. This is what we started out with. You know, take that. We're going back to the Y. So there's a gap when there's a few of them when it starts with a Y. Then it's a long period of an I. And then it switches back to a Y. See? Ryder. This is a pretty cool one. It's called like the bow trapper and stuff. Now, they've come out with two more that are a little bit longer. I don't know, but I haven't bought them. They just look like basically the same thing. This is RR2257. But yeah, you got a nice little Skinner blade, trailing point, kind of like, comes up. Lanyard hole for those of you that like lanyard holes. Oh, look, squished out beaver on the road. But yeah, it's got a nice little black. They make them in black too. I've got the black one, but this is Red Knives. Random Red Knives. Alright, how many of you figured out that this is marbles? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I don't know what you win, but you win the admiration and accolades of everyone. See how that does? I didn't realize that for the longest time when I was like, look, man, I cannot get to this nail nick. I would always get to it somehow, but I'd say, man, that's a pain in the butt. marbles. So what I did was I took a Dremel tool, one of my best mods. I only slightly messed it up right there. But now you can nail nick it from the side if you want to. And this is the MR 275, 10 minutes. You better hurry up. Get your butt in gear. Now this one is kind of like a swing and a miss, or a wannabe or something, you know. They didn't put any pocket clips on it, but they did make it removable. I don't know what T size these are because I haven't removed the covers and haven't taken it apart. But it's a halfway decent flipper trapper. Pretty recent one. You know, with the other blade here, you would think, how are you going to get there? But you actually like use your fingernail. It doesn't go. You can do it with your thumb. And this protects you. You know, the flipper kind of gets out of your way. So this one, the thumb stud, like I said, don't try to use that like a thumb stud, even though it looks like one and acts like one. Until you go to use it, you're going to hurt yourself. And see how this doesn't always lock in? Sometimes you have to do that. They break in, or you got to work with them. So like I said, it's kind of a swing and a miss, because the next blade doesn't lock in, and it's a spay blade, you know. Here's our number here. RR2255. See how that's starting to scratch off? That's just from opening and closing it. That's why engraving in the Tang is better for the model number. Anything you want is important in here. All right, this one, it gets to count because it's red, and it's got some fancy dancy stuff going on here. It's a gunboat. It's not a canoe. It's not a sunfish. But it's one of these that knife detector showed a long time ago, and whenever I would find them, I'd only find like one, maybe, and they would want like $35 or something starting off bid, and people would go crazy. Like, what? So I wouldn't get into a bidding war or anything, but Sue Chicken told me about Blade Matrix having a sale like a year or so ago, and when I looked at their inventory, they listed like maybe one or two of each item, maybe one or two. So the first thing I did when Sue told me this was I went over there and looked at them, and I went, wow. And I spent my entire knife budget money, you know, on purchases there. And then I told everybody, you know, that like Rough Riders, I put it up, you know, video, hey, you know, Sue told me about this, go check them out. And then I went back when I had some more money, and a lot of this stuff was already gone, but this is one of the ones I snagged, and it's pretty cool. You know, like I said, it's got a lot of fancy file work on it, reverse etching. You know, it's a cool one. And what goes along with that, I also picked up there, is a trapper that's fancy jigging. Look at that. That's some fancy. Look at that jigging. The only problem with these, this one's not doing it too much, but the other one, one of the covers, see, it's only pinned on a couple of places. One of the covers was, it's pinned, but it's not glued on real well. Which guy is it here? I never got around to fixing it. It's not that one. I thought it was a red one. There it is, see? Wiggle, wiggle. It's not going to go anywhere, but I should put some glue on it. But anyways, yeah, they kind of go together. What does this one say? I don't know how many things they made, but it was like Merry Christmas and then Happy Holidays. Yeah. So it depends on which office you're in. If the people like, you can say Christmas, then you can whip this one out. But if you say, oh, you better not say Christmas, then you say, all right, here. And you know this is also a spade blade. All right. Can't be threatening, people. No threatening. All right. Well, I don't know what numbers those were. Those are really hard to find. And here's a Gunstock pattern. 15 minutes. Man, I'm taking forever. But man, you talk about a long match strike. If you can't strike your match on this nail pull here, then you're having issues. But nice spear point. This is the Rough Ryder. Is it with an I or a what? I. Rough Ryder. Some of these are re-stamped, but this is a etch. See, it's not a stamp. This back here is a stamp. Just says China 440. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like I said, they're not bad for what. Quit bouncing. They're not bad for what you get. You know, for what you're paying. Quit bouncing. It's got that little relief there. You know, that's a good area for your nail nickage, and the little pen knife. Half stop. You got a number on you? No. See, and like I said, there's just subtle little differences. This is one of the earliest ones, the script on there. But after a while, they stopped etching, and they stopped doing anything on the secondary blades. All your information is just on the main blade only. Alright, this guy almost looks like a marbles, but he's not. And it's a little different here. You got a little easy out area for a pen blade, a nice long pennage blade. See, nothing stamped on there, but no slant R. And I like that shield, the horseshoe one. Yeah. Half stop. Oh, that's a hard pull. Man, that's about a 9, and it's getting harder. No half stop on that. That's weird. Sharp tested. We just tested it on you. I like the anvil on there. All right, let's safely see what we got. My camera ran out. Just ran out of memory. Didn't give me any warning. Hey, you're about to run out of memory. No, bam, boom, you're gone. All right, we only got like these 3 left. All right, a little anchor one. I like this because of the blade. You know, it's a half hock. They may call this one amber, you know, but it looks kind of reddish to me. I don't know. RR 576. But yeah, I got a half hock here. And then a little bail. And then, of course, your marlin spike. For spiking marlins. That's not what that's used for those of you that don't understand a sense of humor. It's for working with ropes and stuff, for untying knots. And you can use it on shackles too, but you want the smooth. You don't want it scratchy or anything, because you don't want it to separate the rope strands. You just want to break the knot apart. Click. Yeah. So that's that one. What's your number? Please identify yourself. Didn't we identify ourselves already? Yeah, RR5 576. Kind of red, almost red. Yeah, these last ones, like I said, are trying to squeeze in on the red club. I think Tobias called this a knittler, because you got a little pennage blade here. And then you got, I think it's a coping blade. Yeah. And then this should be like a little spearage. And it's the only one that locks. This one I think is super. Yes, it is. Oh my God. Oh. Don't do this at home, kids. I just get it started and I get my fingers out of the way. Left a dent in my dirty thumb. Your thumb is dirty. Yes, I know. I cleaned my hands a little bit. Alright, this is an odd one. 3 blades. 3 springs. What size would you like? Would you like this size? No? It's got the horseshoe in it. Would you like this one? They're all accessible from here. Ooh, this is a nice little... What do they call that one when it goes straight across? Straight back? And this one, the Spearage. Yeah, you've got a nice assortment there, you know. That's why it's more compact if you make one of them. Like if this is your main blade on your mainspring, you have another blade here and another blade here. And then look how much width you cut out, at least that length, you know. But it's got a half stop. You got to give it that. It's got a half stop. You got to halfway give it that. RR 430, I believe, is the number here. I'm going to look at it. Yep. RR 430. Some of the early ones. All right, we did that. We did the canoodler. I think we're all done. So there you go. There's some Random Red Rough Ryders. And if you have any particular ones you like in here, you know, you can put it down in the comments. And if you're a content creator and you need some kind of knife tag or something to do, I'd be happy to see any red Rough Ryders. They can be random red, or you can specifically, and you can duplicate, you know, if you got some of the same ones, that's fine. I've got more, like I said, but this is the ones that I have. So I hope you enjoyed the randomness of this. Sort of random there, wasn't it? Was it random red or was it cherry red? I think it was Rojo Cereza. All right. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.